for a fact, I must really appreciate you, my wonderful viewers. You guys are so amazing. Please, can I clap for you? Thank you. Please, guys, let's clap for them, please. Thank you. Clap for my viewers. Oh my God. See, it's not easy. It's not easy that you guys come every time to watch my videos, watch my content, and give your informed, amazing opinion. Some of you even correct me in the comments. It's amazing. I am not the kind of person that will tell you that I cannot be wrong. First of all, I am not your father in the Lord. I am not your spiritual guide. I am just a content creator that sits here and shares my opinion. And I can be wrong, okay? So thank you so much, my dear amazing viewers. But let's go straight to the point. There are two things I'll be discussing today. One is something that happened in church, and the other is something that happened in the world with respect to a soldier that was caught red-handed, An Anglican church in Anambra sacks priest for allegedly impregnating help-seeking woman. Now, this is the story itself, all right? So, the Anglican diocese on the Niger has terminated the appointment of one of its priests, Rev Canon Lumenkriti Ebo, for allegedly getting a woman who came seeking for help pregnant. Now look at the reason. While the church accused Ebo of impregnating a lady who went to his adoration ministry by telling her she had to sleep with him to get healing. Hi God. Please, am I touching that? Anointed, if you don't want to be touched, please stop touching people now. Shebi, you don't want people to touch you. Shebi, you are anointed. People should not talk about it because you are anointed. Stop touching people. Hapu muasa, hapu muwaya. Kwifuru. Hapu skate, hapu opante. Unada anuya. Unubu anointed. That is why Anglican self, you people are allowed to marry. It's not like Catholic priests self that are not allowed to marry self. That one we can say, okay, maybe you understand. Oh, doggy one time. This one you are married. And look at his accusation here. Look at his reasoning. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, now look at this. He saying here, Ebo also accused the church of taking his legally married wife and accommodating her outside her matrimonial home. Hey God. What kind of drama is this inside church? Please tell me in the comments. Oh, so the church, they kidnap your wife and accommodate her. No, it's not as if they locked her up. Oh. They accommodated her outside the matrimonial home. Please, you that is watching me, think. Was the woman taken out of her will? Or she left you but the church accommodated her? Or maybe there was some rift going on between you and then she had to quietly go out and maybe she's being accommodated by the church, or maybe she reported the issues to the church and the church had to accommodate her elsewhere or something. That there might be different twists to that story. If you know this story too well, please tell me about the wife in the comments because I think you know better. Are you getting the point now? Because the point I'm trying to make you understand here now, we will go to that point. Let me read further because it now begins to make sense. It says here, things became very heated between the church and the clergyman when the bishop withdrew the ordination license of Ebo over alleged immoral acts capable of undermining the reputation of the church. And that is a fact. Now we have cases where men of God say they cannot be corrected because fathers cannot be wrong. There are people right now, so the members of his church, they cannot correct him. They are not calling him to order. Now, it is someone superior to him that ordained him and gave him a license to practice as a priest. Some of you think that you being a Catholic priest, or you being an Orthodox priest, or you being a pastor, except for the ones you have in Nigeria, that they will just wake up, maybe go to Bible school. After going to Bible school, they will just come and open church and use their Bible school certificate. You understand? Or maybe whatever, or maybe they go to maybe one particular denomination's Bible class. After doing that, the GO of that organization ordains them, and then they go and start their own church somewhere. That's why you see sometimes when I talk about a particular anointed, as you call them, or as they are being addressed, you see many others he has laid hands on, or he has called his sons coming to defend in the comments when they don't know nothing about him, or maybe they are doing the same thing that he's doing, but they don't like their own papa, because this is someone, if you go about singing the praises of your papa, or talking about your papa, or drawing relevance as a pastor from a man that is also popular, because if you listen to what 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻 said here, it will make sense why many other pastors come and defend what they don't even know. Why? Because that is where they draw their relevance from. Are you getting the point now? So they will come and defend, because if something happens to this person they see as their papa, or they worship, if they worship them, their members will start looking at them one kind. That's why you see some of them come publicly in their church and say that, hey, they are attacking fathers, like this one was saying when I was talking about Suleiman. They are attacking Suleiman. Any page you see that they are talking about Suleiman or fathers in the Lord or this and that, report the page. Go. What do you know? Now let me continue here, because sorry I digress a little bit, but let me continue here. He now said here, the news now said here, until the withdrawal of this ordination license recently, Ebo was running an ordination ministry, adoration ministry in Ụmụnna, in Oyi local government area of Anambra State. He was running an adoration ministry, just like how we have Father Mbaka also running an adoration ministry. So right now we have many Orthodox priests themselves that run some kind of ministry aside the regular ones they will just have in the church and do what they do, but they now run an official kind of ministry still under the main church, but it's still more of like them trying to, brand, in my opinion, or act like we have the Pentecostal pastors and all that who will do crusades, have big crowds and all that. So we have many like we have Father Oluoma right here right now, who is doing amazingly well by taking the teachings, or let's say, of the Catholic Church or of the faith, or making it more of like the social media thing. Before, we don't hear of this, where you see priests themselves having social media accounts and preaching on social media as well. But right now we have many priests sometimes who preach on social media, and they use social media as a tool to also spread the good news, of course, which I think is very much amazing as well. Okay, so I'm not saying that you pastors should not use social media to spread your good news or spread your teaching, but the fact is that once you spread something that does not enter my ear well, or I think it's not okay, or many other people might think it's okay, just be open to criticism and questioning as well, because you criticize, you talk about things like this, and you can also be talked about as well. Just for me to remind you, in case you still think that when it comes to social media and talking about quote and unquote men of God, touch not my anointed does not relate to that. Okay, all right, because the difference between you right now and I is that I talk in video. Some of you that are typing in comments, you are touching the anointed. Now going on here, it says, speaking on the face of between the priest and the diocese, the deputy chancellor of the diocese, Mr. Ben Uzuebu San, said that the church decided to withdraw Ebo's ordination license because it could no longer tolerate his excesses. Wow. The former priest was doing things that were unbecoming of a priest. The bishop had to call us, the legal team of the diocese, to decide how to handle the man. With what he had done, he ought to be in prison, but the church decided to be lenient with him, thinking that he would change, but he refused to change, and his immoral acts became a scandal such that it was in public domain that he impregnated his secretary and was always beating his wife to stupor. Are you now getting the point right now? You are beating your wife. She's being accommodated by the church. Is that a reason for you to go and be knocking people that came to you for help, and you say that they have to sleep with you to get their healing? Now you even impregnate your own secretary? He was later suspended, and when it was obvious that he did not want to mend his ways, the church decided to withdraw his license. 𝐲𝐨𝐵 told Vanguard. According to him, the diocese on the Niger has a constitution that guides the activities of its priests, adding that it was wrong for Ebo to accuse the bishop of collecting 3 million naira from him every year when he, the priest, is an employee of the church. That's how ministry work. Now that I've told you right now, the priest is an employee of the church. Branch pastors are employees of their GO. He's 40 pastors. He sacked his employees. An employee is part of a company. If I'm looking at it that way, when I say group of companies, you will not understand. So for you to be an employee of the church itself can be a business. When I say business now, don't start looking at, because if you look at business, it's not the Bible that said that I'm going about my father's business. You can look at business I made a video here looking at how the church itself is a business. It's on YouTube in case you're watching me on Facebook. Look for this picture, you would understand better. I was able to analyze the statement by Oyedepo that church itself is business. Whether you look at this as running your father's business or business as business, either case, the priests themselves are employees of the church. But let's continue. If a priest acquires property, it belongs to the diocese. Monies paid by parishes belong to the diocese, not the bishop. But as he claimed, now monies paid to the parish belong to the diocese, not the bishop, as he claimed. You understand? It was even discovered that he registered his adoration ministry with the Corporate Affairs Commission in his name in 2017. Think about this. So Oga was already planning to leave. In case you don't know, there was a time I made a video about a Catholic priest in Uyo that left the Catholic Church and married Father Ednut. He left the Catholic Church. He first started, preaching the grace message on TV. He had a TV, just like we have about Damina in Uyo that preach. Many of the pastors that preach in Uyo, you understand. He preached or used to preach on TV the whole Catholic thing, and he was even into singing, only for us to wake up one day and hear that he decided to leave the Catholic Church. And according to him, he cannot preach the truth he wants to preach being in the Catholic Church. So the first thing, he left. The next thing we heard, he got married, and obviously right now I think he has family, so he has his own ministry, which is not the Catholic Church. So what if this person was trying to trade this path? I pray that tomorrow now we will not hear that Father Oluoma that is doing very well now in the Catholic Church and preaching. Tomorrow he will say he's leaving because of this and that, because now so then they start. I've seen that before in the past. So Father Oluoma, if you are watching me right now, Biko, I told me in the Catholic Church, 𝐲𝐨𝐬𝐿. So you are doing well already. You are preaching the truth according to the Catholic Church or what the Catholic Church stands for. If tomorrow I have to disagree with you, of course, I will disagree with you on that part. You understand? But for a fact, you are doing well. Because this one now, that is Anglican now, we don't already register church under his name. I don't understand. You understand? You get that kind of thing. Now, I don't know if Father Mbaka's own is also under his name or whether it's under the Catholic diocese. You understand? Because small thing now, if you challenge this kind of people that have attention to themselves, they can even rise above as if they are rising above the institution they belong to or they practice their faith in. If you have not watched this video where I made about a particular Benema in Benin Republic, I think you get to understand some things that also happen in Benin Republic with regards to the Catholic Church over there and the politics that happened before this woman had to be quote and unquote worshipped as a god. Okay, now the second part of this video is just what I want to play to you right now. Watch your screen.
Give me the money. I said give me the money. Give me the money. What is this you are doing? Give me the money. Don't worry, give me the money. Give me the money.
Okay, I beg, I don't vote for me, okay? Okay, make a letter for you.
That's why they come here.
Okay, I don't vote for me.
Yes, after you are behaving like a lance corporal, a private soldier. Don't worry, give me the money. That's the only thing I need from you. Give me the money.
Just give her my face now. Give her.
This is not the money. It's give me the one you collected from that trailer. See, give me the one you collected from that trailer.
Yes, that was a soldier himself caught in the act by the military, someone superior to him, and he was begging, oh, I have suffered in this thing. Please, almost soldiers, if police are collecting change on the road, these people should not be doing it. But I know you are human beings, blood runs through your veins, okay? Temptations like this can happen that your guy can catch you. And those of you that have been giving money on the road to police officers, I know that you don't have time, you don't want to waste time, so you just give them money. That it has now become a culture that we do this, okay? But it's not right. If is all this pay money here that brings us this idea of culture that we can bribe our way to everything in Nigeria. And Nigeria, right, and the system is so corrupt. You can't even get a good judgment in the country most of the time. A couple of things are happening here and there. So I think the military is doing amazingly well by setting this one as an example. Tomorrow they may go from behind and forgive him, or maybe, do some court martial here and there or whatever. But this is just an example to all of you other military personnel. Happy move go on the road. You understand? Because some of us, we will just wear mufti as if we no belong. You go come tell us how far. We go show you ID card. Now you go come the beg. You understand? But all the same, that is it for today's analysis on things I found trending. Tell me what you think in the comments, because I love to read your comments. Please, did I just touch the anointed of God by reporting this particular news? Because Judge knows that you will not be judged, will be talking right now, but all I'm doing here is just reporting the news and giving my opinion, just like many other people commented in the comment section. If you like what you see, be sure to give this video a like. If you have not followed me on Facebook, if you're watching, or subscribe to my YouTube channel, be sure to do so, because right here we try to keep everything real as possible, based on fact and fact only. See you next time in my video. Stay safe. I love you.
Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀, onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun o, onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀, ó jẹ́ ènìyàn ló dúró mi wọ́n ti mọ̀ sí ẹ̀kọ́, onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun o, Ọlọ́run o, onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun o, onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀. Bó jẹ́ ènìyàn ló dúró mi wọ́n ti máa ṣeré o. Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun o. Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun o. Kùtù ọmọ tí mo dábọ̀ Jésù wá wo tí mo dábọ̀ dádì. Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀. Ó jẹ́ ènìyàn ló dúró mi wá tí mo ṣe é o. Onídúró mi ẹ ṣeun.